So I thought at 30 days sober, I could go into a jail and carry this message of hope. And I was told no, the minimum sobriety requirement of 2 years, which I did not have. And I wanted to stay. So I stayed and I started in corrections work right at 2 years. And it has been so rewarding.
I've heard it through the grapevine. Welcome. It's the AA Grapevine half-hour variety hour featuring the collected voices of Alcoholics Anonymous. I'm Don, an alcoholic in Greensboro, North Carolina.
You sure are. Hi, everybody. I'm Sam. I'm an alcoholic in Palm Springs, California.
I sure am not.
That's true, I think.
Both those things are true.
Both can be true at the same time.
Sam.
Yes, sir?
Today's a big day.
Oh, why?
We get to announce the big winner of the slogan contest.
Ooh. Our 5 slogans first appeared in the magazine circa late 1956, early 1957. They're live and let live, first things first, but for the grace of God, easy does it, and my favorite when it's displayed upside down. Think, think, think.
That one's not for you.
So you wanted to do a new one, though, right? Just for fun.
Well, I love those signs. I mean, how many hours have I spent in a meeting sitting there staring at them? But someone hand-lettered all of those things back in the 50s, and the layout and the design is awesome. I like calligraphy, and I've always wanted to do a new one as an opportunity to really study those originals. So we invited listeners to submit ideas for a new slogan.
And we had 9 submissions.
Woohoo!
The first of the 9 is let go or be dragged.
More will be revealed.
Today, one day only.
Gratitude is a superpower.
Stupid smiles spreading.
Honest, open, willing.
Let go and trust the universe.
Know yesterday, live today, seek tomorrow.
And lastly, if you persist, remarkable things will happen.
Well, those are great.
They are. I like stupid smiles spreading. I mean, you know.
Well, I like the one I submitted, which was let go or be dragged.
Oh, you didn't get to play? No way. If you won, I'm calling a...
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Thanks to everyone, though, who sent in submissions. What happened was the Grapevine staff voted, and we ended up with a tie between honest, open, willing, and gratitude is a superpower. There were 4 votes for each. So I asked Sam, Alice, and Bob to be the tiebreakers. And Sam, we have a winner.
We do indeed. The winning submission is... Gratitude is a superpower.
Woohoo!
Ann D. submitted this for her home group, Chapters of Change, a women's big book study that meets on Monday nights in Downingtown, PA. Ann, you and your group will receive the treasured warm glow of appreciation.
Ooh. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
It's like petting a kitty cat.
Like petting a stick of warm butter.
Oh, God. You sick, sick man.
And you'll also get a pack of the official Grapevine slogans and a copy of my hand-lettered new one, Gratitude is a Superpower. I had a great time doing the calligraphy on this. It gave me an opportunity to really study those originals. The layout and the design of those signs, it's absolutely genius in my opinion. I mean, we don't know who did them. The identity of whoever did it appears to be lost to time, but I did mine on a tablet in a drawing app, so I didn't hand draw them on paper. I did do them digitally. It's on some software that I use all the time, and it's really nice because it is hand drawn, but I can correct mistakes with the tap of a button. So it was a little bit easier there. So, But I'll tell you this about it. I can assure you that the intelligence involved was entirely human.
Debatable. Gratitude is a superpower. So let's see. The first word order of all the signs could read.
Yeah, the first word order, we talked about this on the podcast.
Live easy but think first. So this could go live easy but think gratitude first.
Brilliant! I like it.
Yeah. All right, you can see Don's artwork on our Instagram account this week. It's Alcoholics Anonymous _GV, or just search AA Grapevine. Look it up.
Sam, it's a new month.
Ooh. You know what that means?
Time for me to put on my granny glasses.
Yeah, because you're blind. And
the new grapevines are here! I'm just about to lose my mind. Hidey, hidey, hide. This month, Grapevine is behind the walls. It's the annual prison issue, and it might be the most important edition of the year. Grapevine gets letters from people inside facilities all over the country, people who don't have meetings, don't have sponsors, don't have anyone. And for a lot of them, a copy of this magazine is the only AA they've got.
One of the most rewarding and important service positions an AA member can do is carry the message of AA into prisons. Many institutions have meetings inside, but many do not. We get letters all the time from prisoners in need, thanking us because Grapevine is often the only sober lifeline they have. So this month we're featuring stories of hope from members inside and outside the walls. There is brewing, brawling, solitary confinement, and a women's group called the Bad Girls Club.
In the story A Real Lifeline, a member shares how he and his inside sponsee have written more than 200 letters and how they share the love with their groups.
In Inside Job, a man is in a prison where everyone is getting wasted, including his cellmates, who were apparently running a pretty active homebrew operation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he makes a really tough decision to get sober, voluntary solitary confinement.
Whew.
Yeah.
In More Than a Job, a corrections officer, someone who's been working the night shift with a hangover for years, finds an AA pamphlet left in the common area by an inmate. He tells how he got sober listening to the guys inside.
And a woman with a 20-year sentence helps start a women's meeting inside called the Bad Girls Club, where good things happen. She starts an AA meeting in her housing unit, struggles through 4 months of red tape, and ends up sponsoring women through the steps.
But the best one, I laughed out loud with a tear in my eye as I read, God Bless the Mashed Potatoes, on page 58. Her first sober social event, and she's freaking out at all the booze. Mashed potatoes become involved. I wish we could meet all these people in this magazine. I mean, such wonderful stories of miracles in AA.
Well, Don, we do get to meet one of them today. Today's guest is Nina M. in Louisville, Kentucky. Her story is a helping hand on page 22 of the July 2026 issue of the Grapevine. And then we'll have a history question sent to the Ask It basket.
But first, the news! Grapevine is requesting your longtime member stories for the February 2027 issue. What was AA like when you came in? What have you learned over the years? What have been your greatest challenges and joys? Stories are due July 1st, 2026.
The Next Frontier, Emotional Sobriety 1 and 2. This special hardback collector's edition combines 2 of AA Grapevine's most beloved books. Both volumes are now bound together here for the first time. The 87 stories, written by AA members and previously published in AA Grapevine, the International Journal of Alcoholics Anonymous, beautifully illustrate how much our lives can change for the better through the AA program. The book includes a special 4-page keepsake pullout of AA co-founder Bill W.'s 1958 treasured essay, The Next Frontier, Emotional Sobriety. It's great for meetings, sponsees, sobriety gifts, and your own AA library. Get it at aagrapevine.org/store.
My name is Nina. I'm an alcoholic. My sobriety date is January 30th of 2011. My home group is Spiritual Actions in Louisville, Kentucky. We are a 3 Legacies group, and I have a sponsor who has a sponsor, and I'm very grateful to be sober.
Nina, what is a 3 Legacies group?
So, good question. Our group focuses on the steps and the traditions and the concepts. So, we use the big book and the 12 and 12 and the service manual as part of our format, and we rotate through them.
Wow, you study the service manual as well as the big book and the 12 and 12.
Yes, and we use the concepts pamphlet, and we also have general service officers and representatives come in to speak. So,
oh, that's cool. When you're talking about, particularly about the service manual and the concepts, are you still sharing in a general way, or has it become more of a conversational thing? It seems like there might be some back and forth.
sure. So now what's happened is we have the people come in like past delegates or current chairs of area, anyone who can show up at a Saturday at 10 o'clock. They'll come and present on their experience. What we saw throughout the history of the meeting, I guess, is we started off with 12 weeks for the concepts and our attendance would dwindle.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we went to, 8 weeks, right? And so we kind of just went down from there, but we do still hold strong in the 3 Legacies, which is important to me. So
It is indeed.
and recently they've been tying in how the concepts can fit in with the steps and the traditions. So really using all 3 Legacies to live our life
Oh, that's
today.
beautiful.
Yeah.
What brought you to AA? What was going on?
I was a raging alcoholic is what I would offer. And I started drinking at a young age, and I never understood that I couldn't stop. I never understood what the obsession was. I never understood what a physical allergy was. No one ever told me about any of that. I just thought that everybody drank like I
Right.
did because I was delusional.
Right.
So
Felt normal to
It's a
me.
pretty common delusion.
that's right. So I drank for about 17 years and I got in trouble throughout that time. There were points in college where I couldn't show up for my final because I was drinking. I lost jobs. I ended up getting arrested and then I got arrested again and then I got arrested again. And I finally ended up in a county jail where I got sober, where I realized I would rather do anything other than drink again. And I guess I became a member of the no matter what club in that county jail. Like I will not drink no matter what.
Wow.
So after that, I had violated my probation and I was facing prison time. And I just surrendered. And I went to a treatment facility where AA came in. And you guys gave me my first big book, which I was really excited. Someone gave me a free book. And I learned about the disease. I learned what it means to be an alcoholic like me and why I couldn't stop. It was so cool for AA to come in. I really looked forward to that. And it impressed on me the value of service and how giving back was so important to so many people. And I wanted to be like them because they were like organized. Like they look presentable. I've stayed sober. I only have one sobriety date. Grateful for that. I know that's not everyone's story, but that's mine. I was taught relapse doesn't have to be a part of recovery, and I really embrace that. And
The way that I look at that, Nina, is that all my relapsing happened right before I came to AA because
sure.
I tried to control it for 4 years before I came to AA and failed. And those failures, I could have easily come in and picked up chips each time.
Oh, sure. I think it's beautiful. I don't know that I would have courage to come back in. And I also never tried to quit. I didn't think it was a problem until it became very obvious that it was a problem.
So there was I can imagine that first arrest is a jarring experience, but it still wasn't enough to question, should I stop drinking?
Not only was the first one not enough, the second one, the third one, and
Yeah.
all of the other events that happened in between weren't enough. And it's kind of like drinking. It's like it's never enough.
Mhm.
And the trouble that I got in wasn't enough. And so you can see a common theme here.
So, what happened after you got out of treatment? Did all your legal problems clear up?
They cleared up over time. So I had never been to an AA meeting before, but AA came in to the treatment center and I didn't know how to live my life without drinking. I didn't know how to do laundry. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do any of that. Like I always had a drink right next to me. So I was horrified to leave and not drink. So I asked everyone in the treatment facility, what am I supposed to do? Like, I never
Good.
want to leave. I'll just stay here
Yes,
forever.
protected.
They said, go to a meeting and get a sponsor and start there. So I was able to like arrange my discharge from the facility. There was a meeting that I was interested in and I arranged my discharge right at that time. So I got
Oh.
picked up because I didn't have my license. And my grandma picked me up and took me to that meeting. At that meeting, I asked someone to be my sponsor, and she told me no. And then she said, but this woman will. And that was one of her sponsees who had never sponsored anyone before. So I was taught early giving back and the importance of
Mm.
12-step work, right? I saw through the fellowship that no matter what legal trouble I was facing, or really what any, it didn't matter the trouble I was facing, I could do it sober and I could do it with you all.
What was the hardest thing that AA asked you to do?
I have heard you guys ask that before, and I think about that question. My answer is at that point, my life was so hard. It was like astonishingly difficult, like the book
Hmm.
says, right? That everything was hard. And so whatever you guys asked me to do, I just did. There wasn't a this is hard. It was like if you look behind me and you see nothing but just like stacked up problems and
Mm.
problems, anything looking forward that you all asked me to do is not difficult compared to what I've created,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I am not saying it was easy because it wasn't
Hmm.
easy by
Hmm.
any means, but it wasn't any more difficult than the wreckage I had left or tried not to bring with me.
Is there a moment of nearly indescribable joy that you've experienced in your recovery?
Yes, and all the time I sit in meetings and I just look around and I'm like, everybody sitting here is a
Hmm.
miracle. The fact that we're even
Mm.
here,
Mhm.
right? And I am involved in corrections work. And so one of the most recent things that's happened, we completed a step study in the corrections facility and witnessing them all like get the steps and understand the steps in a different way was magical. I mean, it really
Mm.
was magical. So there's always like these little bursts of joy of like, oh, somebody came back and they didn't die, or oh, home group's having a cake today. Like it's just always, I don't know. Alcoholics Anonymous has just given me this wonderful life today, and yeah,
Isn't it really cool that, in my drinking days, I was not one just be struck with joy in a
No,
moment.
yeah,
And now these days, it's just the coolest thing. I'll be at a stoplight and I see the mountains in front of me, and I'm like grateful.
yes.
And that is not the way I was living my life.
absolutely not. My sponsor's like, Nina, it's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, but why not? Why can't it be? And that's not life, right? Like that's not this planet. That's not what I'm doing here. But I don't have to make it any more difficult. In that line, like we created our own misery. That's what I did. And so today I can feel the space in between a lot of heavy emotion and a lot of stuff that I'm going through and still have gratitude. And that's a space that I didn't even know existed before
Mm.
I got to AA. It was like, I'm completely miserable, period. There is no
Well,
other option.
there's another create that you're involved in as well, and that is the create the fellowship that you crave.
Yes.
And you're helping these folks behind the walls.
I currently serve as the corrections chair for Area 26. And so I get to help our fellows all across the state of Kentucky carry the message. And it's really beautiful. There's a lot of good work that goes on in corrections within our fellowship. Like, I don't ever want to forget where I came from. So I have been known to skip out of a correctional facility and like wave, like, I'm going home. See you later. I don't have to stay today, because I stayed for a while in
Yeah.
many different places. But I know for me, when I go in, I don't want to forget where I'll end up if I drink again. There is
Yeah.
not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that I'll be in that inside behind those walls. And to see the women today, I do carry a meeting in every week in Kentucky, to see them smile when we come in. And we're right now actually reading a Grapevine book. That's our meeting format, Forming True Partnerships, I think is the book. And so we read a story out of that, and we share, we have an open format. It's, the person's in custody. So the ones that hold the meeting, and it's just beautiful.
Oh, Nina. Talk about attraction rather than promotion. You make this attractive. Just your passion, and you're on fire. Thank you. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for being
Yes,
here, Nina.
absolutely. Thank you all for the work that you do, and for hosting this. It's really wonderful.
Now it's time for listener feedback.
We have an AA history question.
I've got Bill S., AA historian, here who'll take a shot at it. Trevor L., somewhere in New Brunswick, Canada, writes, in the doctor's opinion, a sentence jumped out at me after 8,231 days being sober, and he's got a little happy face there. Who's counting? Quote, in the course of his third treatment, he acquired certain ideas concerning a possible means of recovery. That's on pages XXV in the big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Does AA have records of his previous two treatments and possibly how long those treatments were? I'm just curious. If they don't have the records, I understand. The passage of time is a great record eraser. With kind regards, Trevor L. Thanks, Trevor. Bill, what do you think about that? Is there any records of anything with Bill in treatment?
Well, certainly for that last visit that he had in December of 1934, people have preserved the card, his entry card, that sort of entered into the treatment center. But the other two, I've never seen anything or really heard anything, although it is mentioned that I know the December 34 treatment was paid for by his brother-in-law, Leonard Strong, and there's other mentions that his mother had helped pay for earlier treatments. I mean, it was an expensive drying out place. Typically, they stayed there 5 days. That's my understanding. Again, there are more people who have done more research on that than I have. What I find always, one of the questions I get all the time, did Bill spend 3 trips to Towns Hospital or 4 trips? I can't tell you how often that question comes up, like it makes a difference. I can't figure that out. It just doesn't seem to make any difference at all. And I think it grew out of the fact that Bill mentions 4 different times, but Bill just was terrible on dates. I mean, good Lord, I've got a footnote in my book about 6 different times he mentioned that they went to see Eugene Exman to show him the book at Harper and Brothers, and it's and none of the 6 are substantiated by the records that we can find in the GSO archive. So no, I don't know anything much about those earlier treatments, except that they clearly were not successful.
Bill, thanks for that. Trevor, thanks for writing.
All right, keep listening. Mily T will answer another AA history question.
It's time for a History Snippet with Mily T. I'm here with Mily from San Francisco.
Hi, Don. Great to be here.
Mily, we got this question for the Ask It Basket from a listener, and I thought you would be the perfect person to answer it. She writes, hi again, Anne from Chapters of Change. At our business meeting last night, I asked the group if there were any questions they wanted to submit for the Ask It Basket. One request was, would you tell us what history you know about the first female AA member? Thanks, Ann D. Thanks, Ann. Who could be better to answer this than Mily?
Thanks, Don. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Mily T, and I'm an alcoholic. I'm passionate about AA history, and I've had the pleasure of creating several presentations on early AA women. So, who was the first woman in Alcoholics Anonymous? The answer depends on how we define the word first. Is that the first woman to enter a meeting, or the first woman to stay sober for a month, a year, or her lifetime? Or do we mean the first woman who stayed and lived and engaged with AA? There are many ways to look at this question. Let's start with one of our best known early AA members, Marty M.
Ah, Marty M., one of the creators of the Grapevine.
Yes, after years of escalating alcoholism, Marty was introduced to AA when her psychiatrist at Blythewood Sanitarium gave her a pre-publication copy of the AA Big Book. On April 11th, 1939, Marty attended her first meeting at the Brooklyn home of Bill and Lois W. In 1944, she founded the National Committee for the Education on Alcoholism and carried the message of recovery to thousands worldwide, emphasizing that alcoholism is a disease and that alcoholics are worth helping. She and her partner of 40 years, Priscilla P., were two of the Grapevine founders, and Bill Wilson was Marty's sponsor for over 30 years.
Ooh, I didn't know that. But Marty didn't have a story in the first edition of the Big Book.
That's right. Marty read Florence R.'s story while she was a patient at a sanitarium, and Marty often said it made a real impression.
A sanitarium was like a treatment center today.
Yes, and Florence was the only alcoholic woman with a personal story in the first edition of the AA Big Book. A feminine victory stood alone for 16 years. Florence's life included losing her home and being separated from her children. In 1937, while in Bellevue Hospital, Lois Wilson brought her home to live with her and Bill. Florence helped to carry the message to Washington, D.C. in the earliest days of AA. Later, the Washington, D.C. Fellowship placed a gravestone on her unmarked grave, reading, "A Feminine Victory."
Both Marty and Florence were major players in early AA, but there were many more women.
Yes, but we know very little about many of the earliest women. I've heard mention of Jane S. in Ohio, along with Edith S. and Mary C., Hazel C., Helen P., and the better-known Sylvia K. of Chicago, author of Big Book story, The Keys of the Kingdom.
In 1941, Sybil C. became the first woman west of the Mississippi.
And in Akron, Ethel M. wrote the Big Book story, From Farm to City. Later, Jimmy M. appears as one of the first known African-American women in AA. When we think about early AA women, we remember all of them.
The first woman in every town, from state to state, the first woman in every country.
The woman walking into rooms where she may not have been welcome, when no one knew if women could recover, and many didn't yet believe women could even be alcoholics.
Yet she stayed day after day.
And because she stayed, other women could join her. We celebrate the women we know: Florence, Marty, Sylvia, Ethel, Jimmy, and we deeply honor all the women around the world we may never know. All of them equally important.
Thanks, Mily.
Thank you.
You know, we're going to have to get Ann on the podcast at some point. She won the slogan contest, and she sends in letters from her group for the Ask It basket. Thanks, Ann. This has been fun, Sam.
I hate for it to end. So what do you think? Stop here or think up some more stuff to talk about?
Think.
I don't know what to think.
Think this. Live easy, but think gratitude first.
Bye, Don.
Bye, Sam.
My name is Susie from Raleigh, North Carolina. I subscribe to the Grapevine to take it into some of our correctional facilities We have issues available at our home group for people who may want to read it. And sometimes people will take them with them if they're traveling. I'm traveling right now. And actually, I was given the June issue, 2025, while I've been traveling. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee right now. So I have the prison issue and New Freedom with me currently.
Thank you to everyone who supports this podcast with a subscription to the Grapevine magazine, in print or in the Grapevine app. Your support makes this half-hour variety hour possible. Only $2.99 a month.
$3 a month? Come on.
Grapevine, get the app. One hit, now you back. Don't miss out while you nap. Tap in, that's facts. Still got the mag in your lap. Grapevine, get the app.
I'm at the very wit's end. Cuckoo.
A neighbor was sympathizing with the wife of a heavy drinker as she complained that her back was sore from moving furniture.
Why didn't you wait till your husband got home?
I could have, but the couch is sure easier to move when he's not passed out on it.
It's really not that funny.
Thank you for joining us. The AA Grapevine Half-Hour Variety Hour is posted every Monday and is produced by AA Grapevine, Inc. We don't speak for Alcoholics Anonymous as a whole, but we do share the experience, strength, and hope of members to help others recover from alcoholism. All things Grapevine are available at aagrapevine.org, including our app and how to get in touch with us. Find us on Instagram and YouTube. If you want to know more about Alcoholics Anonymous, visit aa.org or search Alcoholics Anonymous in your city.